Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Aquanaquath out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Can Another Major Event Break Out? All right, and you see major event in parentheses. And, that quote-unquote major event will make itself clear, all right? Perfectly clear, as a matter of fact, as we continue through this lesson. So it comes from this article, and it's going to give it away right now. And I'm going to try to be careful with my wording, because I know how these devils are when we report on different things like this. So it says, next threat, highly pathogenic H5N1, you see the word, is poised to explode into a disastrous demic, and we're not ready, top expert warns. And it could be something, could be nothing. We've heard about it before, but they never really put it as, it's poised to explode into a disastrous demic. Or they say it could. There's possibilities, but now they're having more reports of it spreading to humans, and I guess they're pretty worried about it. It says exclusive out of the hundreds of, you see the word, right? I was trying to think of what I could call it. Simmering out there, the bird, you see the word, should be the one that people are most concerned about, Professor Chris Dye tells The Sun. Okay, and I hate to have to beat around the bush with how wording is, but we know these devils, and they'll take our whole thing down. All right, if we do or say something that in a way that they don't like. So, what is this video here? I'm almost curious on what it says, or whatever the word I'm looking for is. Pertains to. I'm wondering what it pertains to. Let's hear it. Let's see. Is there audio or?
We've been hearing about avian influenza or bird flu. Why is WHO concerned about it? Who is at risk? And how can you protect yourself? Here to talk about it is Dr. Wenqing Zhang. Welcome, Wenqing. Talk to us about avian influenza and how it's affecting humans.
Avian influenza or bird flu is a disease in birds caused by a virus. Sometimes the virus makes them sick, but sometimes the birds don't get sick from the disease but act as carriers of the virus. We've also seen this virus in mammals, such as foxes, minks, seals, and sea lions, and most recently in cows in the US. In rare cases, people have also been infected when in contact with infected birds or mammals or contaminated environments.
So, Wenqing, if human infections are so rare, why is WHO concerned about it?
So far, close to 900 human infections have been reported. Although the number may appear not as big as many other outbreaks, we need to bear into mind that each infection in human is an attempt of the virus to try to establish itself in human population. Although the chances are slim so far, as long as it succeeds once, just once, it is the start of an influenza pandemic, which can be as mild as the 2009 pandemic, but equally it could be devastating like the 1918 one, also called the Spanish flu. That's why with META, we are concerned about the avian influenza and are watching it very closely.
Talk to us about who is at risk of bird flu.
Anyone exposed to infected live or dead poultry or infected animals or contaminated environments such as live bird markets is at risk. Slaughtering, defeathering, handling carcasses, and prepare poultry for consumption, especially in household settings, are also risk factors. So if you are
There you go. Poultry. There you go. And Jake, loves them from chicken. So, who knows, man? I've mentioned it before. It could be something, could be nothing. All right, that's a slogan. All right, that I've gotten from Elder Manata Zakba of the GMS South Carolina camp. One of the brothers that I like to watch from time to time. Again, not part of GMS, but that's who I learned from, and I recommend you brothers and sisters do the same. But that's one of his slogans. Could be something, could be nothing. So, yeah, man, and that's our job, is to just report on it, all right, and warn you. That's what we do. We make these lessons to warn you and give you a chance, because at the end of the day, the elect is going to be okay, and Lord willing, we're a part of the elect, in turn, us being okay. But these people out in the world, man, they're not. If something like this blows off, I mean, look how it happened with the last one. A lot of people died, man. A lot of people died, and either because of the thing, right? Highlighted on screen. Because of the thing, or because of the that spider venom, right? That bug juice, if you know what I mean. So it says this month, the world could be on a brink of a disastrous bird outbreak. Top epidemiologist has warned. This month, a teenager in Canada tested positive for a mutated version of H5N1 that may be more transmissible to humans. And you see right here, there's an infographic about how it could possibly spread. So scenario 1, so an infected bird gets eaten by a fox, right? That infected fox ends up dying from it, right? And then the spread reaches its end and only poses low risk to humans who come in contact with an infected animal. Somebody might, have to dispose of that animal, right? Scenario 2, it mutates effectively to pass between humans. So, infected bird gets eaten by a pig on a farm. It spreads among the farm animals in close proximity. High density of the infections cause the virus, fucked up and said it, but the thing to mutate. One mutation makes another one of the things better at passing on to humans, and then it begins to spread among the human population. So it says the things, all right, the rivus, I'm just gonna call it the rivus, the rivus, all right, the rivus's rapid spread could create more opportunities for it to change. It says this is what happens just before we have major demics, Professor Chris Dye from Oxford University told Sun Health. Sometimes it fizzles out, but sometimes it explodes because the pathogens find unexpected ways to survive and spread. The teenager, Canada's first presumed case of H5N1, was previously healthy with no underlying condition. They developed symptoms on November 2nd and were admitted into intensive care in British Columbia on November 8th. It says, while the patient is believed to have had no contact with farms, they were exposed to dogs, cats, and reptiles. The authorities suspect the Rivus, all right, is H5N1, a strain that has killed 203 people and has has infected 903 people and killed at least 465 since 2003, and they say it's about a 50% or higher death rate. Now, the how do I want to say it? The thing from 2019, okay, you know what I'm talking about, vid, only had a 1%, all right, fatality rate. This, on the other hand, is a lot higher. Okay, so it says the Rivus was detected in UK for the first time this year at a commercial poultry farm in Cornwall earlier this week. The strain is also spread widely among U.S. cattle, which has increasingly been spilling into humans. Says there has so far been 53 human cases, mostly among dairy workers, and has even been detected in milk. They said that it's so low in milk that you shouldn't be able to, it shouldn't be able to be transmittent, though. Says the professor called this very dangerous development, adding it keeps changing how it behaves and getting closer to people. Look right here. Look at that word. I can't zoom in. Why won't it let me zoom? Well, I can't zoom, but you see it. Map reveals global bird UC hotspots as UK stockpiles. You see it amid fears of a new. You see it. Okay. They're stockpiling that Globetrotters jump shot. All right. In fear that a new demic could be unleashed. Okay. So gotta use that double speech like Esau uses it, right, to get around those their little things. So I don't even want to say what the word is because it might pop up in their thing. So it says the sheer scale of the current outbreak, which has seen the big jump to several other mammals, including pigs, foxes, and seals, has scientists worried. The rapid spread could create more opportunities for it to mutate, increasing the risk of it jumping between humans. Genetic analysis of the Rivus that infected the Canadian teenager revealed mutations that make it easier to infect humans. And we are not ready. Experts warned that this thing, right, could take several paths. The worst case scenario is that it becomes highly transmissible among humans while retaining its staggering lethality. For comparison, VID killed 1 in 1,000 people, but this bird, H5N1, I'll just call it that, is far deadlier, with some estimates suggesting a fatality rate of up to more than 50%. Out of the hundreds of diseases simmering out there, H5N1 should be the one that people are most concerned about. So you see, we are not ready right now. We need to scale up preparedness worldwide. If another respiratory Rivus hits, it would be disastrous. Could it be the next human demic? Boom, boom, boom. There you go. So scientists fear it's only a matter of time before one of these mutations makes it better at spreading among mammals, potentially humans. So some experts believe that the iris could already be spreading among some animal species. So far, there's no evidence that it can spread between humans. So a human can contract it, but that human can't spread it to another human, I guess. So that's interesting, right? Very interesting. So it said right here, from 2003 to 2004, 889 cases, 463 deaths. Well, that's interesting because they had a different number earlier. But you know how they are with these. These devils have been reported worldwide from 23 countries, according to the World Health. You see it. This puts the fatality rate at 52%. There you go. They say the Spanish flu was the most similar time. Spanish flu. Deaths. 17 to 50 million. Possibly high as 100 million. Making it one of the deadliest demics in history. See right here. It's, right here. H1N1. Well, the H1N1's, that's swine flu. That's a, 2009 swine flu. H5N1 is something completely different. They were saying it's the same thing. It's not. So, but, strains of H1N1. In birds, it says other strains of H1N1 are endemic in pigs and birds, avian influenza, so avian flu. But H5N1, I guess, is a different subtype. So that's interesting. I guess H5N1 might just be the new version of it, right? So, who knows? But, yeah, man, could another major event possibly come out of this? We don't know. Could be something, could be nothing. But what we do know is that the Bible details there are going to be events like these coming in the end days. So we're going to go and get Luke 21 and 11. And it reads, and again, just like Matthew 24, Luke 21, is dealing with a lot of prophecies to come. And we're going to start with, we'll start verse 10. It says, "Then he said unto them," and it's in red letter, so he is Yahushua speaking, right? It says, "Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven." So, it says, "But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you, and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues, and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake." So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening during Jacob's trouble. Persecution, being thrown into prisons and camps and internment camps and FEMA camps. There's going to be pestilences and all sorts of stuff, man. We're seeing it on a small scale now, all right, with not necessarily the internment camps, but and the concentration camps and stuff like that. But as far as, earthquakes and pestilences and wars and, all the stuff like that. But it's getting ready to pop off real big, right? And again, in verse 11, it says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences." So famines and pestilences. Now, if we had that mini famine in, 2019, 2020, when everybody decided to buy up everything in the world. People bought all the toilet paper out. People, and people bought almost every single thing up in the stores out. There was nothing, no ground beef, no chicken, none of that. It was all getting bought up instantly because people were hoarding it, right? And basically, in turn, it created like a mini famine. And I remember there was a shortage on meat at the time. I remember me and the wife were going to a place called Roberto's to get some Mexican food. And if you wanted chicken or certain types of meat, there was a premium on it. I think it was like 75 cents or $1 more because they were just having a hard time. It's more expensive to get, so they had to charge more money to get to give it to you. And I remember they had a coin shortage. There was a bunch of shortages, man, that was caused by that. And when you have one event, all right, in that case being the 2019 demic, people are staying in. It caused a bunch of other demics, with food, all right, with poultry, with coins, with a bunch of stuff, man, a bunch of stuff. So, we're getting into that time. And, right at the end it says, "In fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven." So, fearful sights, that's a pretty wide blanket term, man. So that's fearful sights. That could be many different things. That's what they would call a blanket term. A blanket term is something that covers a lot of bases. Fearful sights. That could be people getting eaten alive. That could be people getting shot in the street. That could be people getting raped in the street. That could be people, who knows, man? They could flick a switch, and all these people that went and got the spider juice or the spider venom, all right, could fucking start becoming zombies or some shit. You just don't know, man. All the dogs could start running around and chomping people down. Those are all fearful sights. People. Who knows, man? People start having their skin peel off because one of the things that they took. You don't know, man. You don't know. That fearful sights is covers a lot of different bases. Something that's fearful, a fearful sight. Boots on grounds, Russian troops rushing through the fucking intersection, pulling people out of cars, shooting them. All right, having a boots on ground war situation, which is going to happen, by the way, in World War III. A boots on ground situation with the United States military and Russian people actually in the invasion of the United States, because United States always what's the word I'm looking for? Prides itself on, we've always had war in other countries. Well, World War III is going to take place in Russia as well, yes, but it's going to take place in ground, and in America. Boots on ground. People running through New York. People running through all sorts of places, even here in Vegas, man. You know, especially Vegas being an international hotspot, international vacation. All right, a destination. Okay, we have a lot of international people that come here, notably Chinese and English and European, all sorts of European that come here to, you know, visit and gamble it up and sin it up. All right, being Sin City, that's the name of it, right? Not that gambling is a sin, but they come here to do all sorts of wicked cocaine and, you know, all sorts of crazy shit. And there's a lot of weird shit here in Vegas. If you're into that type of shit, they have a whole bunch of it, right? There was a who did I hear it from? It was actually it wasn't actually, I didn't hear it from somebody. I thought I heard it from somebody, but I saw a video of it actually. Apparently, we have like this weird like sex club here, which I never knew about because I'm not gonna fucking go to those places. That's fucking weird. But apparently, we have one here where it's like a kink club, and you go in and you can have like you know, open sex with people. You know, there's also what do you call them, like gay bathhouses in Vegas. I found that out from a guy. I never even knew those things were like legal. I didn't even know about those things. I mean, because I'm not gay. I guess that's a thing you know if you're gay. And this guy was gay. And he was saying, talking about how he worked. Because this is a guy that I happened to have as a roommate for a while. Because I was living with these other people. And they ended up letting this guy move in. And he stayed downstairs, thankfully. But he wasn't, he never, you know, was like a creep towards me or anything that I know of. I'm sure he probably was. But he was telling me how he got a job there because he was looking for a job to, you know, to get a better job or whatever, to start, you know, paying rent more because he was in a situation where he needed help. And that's why the people let him move in. But he was looking for a job, and I guess one of the jobs he ended up getting for a while was at a bathhouse, and I was like, a bathhouse, and I asked him about it, not knowing, and he laughed. All right, because, you know, I'm straight. I didn't know. I thought it was like a bathhouse, like, I don't know, like a regular like, you know, like the medieval time shit. And he says, no, it's like a bathhouse, like, you know, it's a gay thing, you know. And that's the first time I ever heard about those. And we have those in Vegas. Like, they're just like, you go there and they're like a sweat lodge or like a sweat room and other stuff. But there's also like and you can go there and, you know, gay dudes, and you go there with a bunch of gay dudes and nude. And then I guess there's like private rooms in there too. And they can, you know, do their weird, you know, I don't need to explain, do their business that they're trying to do, their wickedness. I didn't even know places like that were legal. Like, I didn't know you could just open up like some sort of sex house, you know. Bear with me, but yeah, I didn't know you could open up something like that, man. It's like give me a minute, bear with me. Sorry, had to get the nail file, just, you know, chip the shit out of tip of, I don't know, I dug it into something. I don't know what the hell I did. I think I whacked it against my phone and it cracked. But yeah, man. So I didn't, you know, and those are just the things I've known about that I found because I was watching a video. I think it was this guy Peter Santanella, or it might have been someone else, and he was doing a tour in Vegas, and they were walking by, and a guy said, "Oh yeah, that's like that kink house or whatever. You can go there and have sex or whatever." And you know, it's those are just the things I've known about. Those two, and I'm sure there's way weirder stuff. There's this girl at my job. She was saying that they have like kink conventions where you can like go and like, you know, quote unquote play with other people and do weird shit. I don't know about any of these things. See, I'm not into that. So those are just the things that I know about. So what things do I not know about that are here? So, you know damn well, you know, being Vegas is an international sin tourist destination, you know, that this is going to be one of those places, you know, and I'm sure we get a lot of Russians here too, right? That want to come here and experience something that's not so, you know, harsh as Russia with their rules and regulations. So yeah, man, this place is absolutely going to be hitting it. And I'm not worried about it because at the end of the day, I'm either, you know, Lord willing, I'm part of the elect, and I hope that I am. I have faith that I am, or I'm not. And if I'm not, then I got bigger problems to worry about then, don't I? What if you're not a part of the elect? Well, then I guess you have bigger problems to worry about then, don't you? I'm not worried about that. That's not what I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping to be part of the elect, I hope you brothers and sisters are as well. But yeah, man, these places are going to be absolutely ravaged in World War III, man. Fearful sights, bombs, and shoot. You know, man, hey, look what they got going on in Gaza. And this music's getting a little loud. But look what they got going on in Gaza, you know. If they got it like that, man, this place is going to be tore up from the floor up. So, second address, 16 and 19. Yeah, I thought so. There we go. So, second Esdras, 16 and 19 through 20. And just those two scriptures, right? So, verse 19 says, "Behold, famine and plague." There you go, with that word plague again. "Famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges." Now, scourge is like a cord, almost like a whip. And they're set as scourges, as punishment, all right, for amendment. An amendment is correction, okay? An amendment is correction. So they're sent as punishments for correction, so you can see them and go, oh, wow, this was wicked, we need to stop. But like it says in verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So they don't really care, Now, during the demic in 2019, you had people that kind of, everybody kind of took a pause for a minute. They kind of, not from doing wickedness, but they kind of stepped back and was like, wait, whoa. Everybody got real quiet. Now, every brother during that during that time remembers that, there was scoffers still, there, but they were few and far in between as compared to before and now after in the current time we're in now. They all shut up and kind of took a pause, or they were really shitting their pants is what they were doing, all right, because the prophets were talking about famine coming, and then a famine came, okay? So, lo and behold, it could happen again, It absolutely could happen again. Could this be another major event? It could be. Could it not be? Could be nothing. Could be something. Could be nothing. Right? We don't know. But we do know, regardless if this is the one, there will be another major event. All right? And major event in this, there's going to be many major events, but major event in this case is talking about a frying pan demic, right? So had to, hopefully that doesn't get picked up. So remove frying from there. But it's talking about another major one of those, okay, with lockdowns and stipulations and regulations. And, if it's bad where it's like a 50% lethality, all right, mortality rate, they're going to be serious on that shit. They're not going to fuck around like with vid, all right, where it's, oh, yeah, wear a mask and all that. No, they're going to be deadly serious about that shit, no pun intended. The martial law type shit, all right? They're going to say, stay in your fucking house. You come out, you will be shot on sight, all right? Because they're not going to want that spreading throughout the population, all right? So, and that's if it doesn't already spread rapidly, all right, if that's what the Lord wants it to do. They will shut you in your house, and to the point where they might even make it where it's so contagious that you can't even leave the house to get food. They might make it to where they did in China, where you have to get your food delivered to your house. You're not allowed to leave at all. So that could be, that you got to look at events like that and think, could this happen in America? And a lot of Americans with their pride say, no, it can never happen in America. It could most definitely happen here, man. It can most definitely happen here, right? And it will happen here, whether it's this one or the H35N5 or VID32 or whatever the fuck they want to call it, okay? There will be pestilences and plagues that sweep the nation. We just don't know what ones they're necessarily going to be. But it's prophesied within the Bible, and the Bible don't lie. Everything that the Bible says is going to happen has either happened or is yet to come. All right? And when I mean yet to come, I mean it's coming soon. All right? It's on the frying pan. It's just not ready to be served yet. Right? So let's get 2 Esdras 16 and 1 and 5. 1. That's the same chapter. Slack you. So this is 2nd Ezra 16:1. And it says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia! Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria! Gird up yourselves with cloths and of sack and hair. Bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?" Right here, number 5. "Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?" So there you go, man. And it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be real bad. And, you know, you devils, man, and you people out in the world, there's no way you're going to be able to deliver yourself from it. You either have the Lord or you don't. Okay? And it goes with that way with, you know, famine and pestilence and famine. Okay? Because they're usually synonymous. Usually with one comes the other. And y'all devils are going to starve, man. I don't care if you went and, you know, got you a bunker or whatever. The Lord can have anything happen. You know, you go to getting those totes of food and now cockroaches are there, or, you know, something happens and you just don't know, man. You just don't know. The Lord, you know, has infinite power. He's omnipotent. He can do whatever he wants. Okay? You could have to where just you go to open those buckets one day and they're just empty. What? I knew these were full. I knew they were full. No, now they're not. All right? Or he might have something happen where you can't even get to your bunker, or you have to run out of your bunker. And guess what? Lo and behold, here it is. The elect are running for their life. They dip back into this little neighborhood and they jump this fence because they're running from somebody or something. All right? Whether it be dog or FEMA or whoever, whatever, or martial law or police or military. They jump this fence and what do they see? They see a bunker hidden, right? Right over there under the grass. It's really hidden, but somehow the Lord has them look in the right spot. Boom! And they say, "Oh, let's get in it." And the door is open. They go in there and shut it. All right, and when they shut that, you see that the grass came over it and it's hidden completely, and they're completely hidden, and they can lock it. And even if the people did see it, they wouldn't even be able to get in, right? But the Lord could have it to where those other people didn't even see it. You know, I had I heard a brother, I think it was Elder Manat Zakba, that explained it beautifully. He said you could be in your house. Your house could be essentially like your bunker almost, you know, and you could have it to where it looks like your house isn't even there. Like they just skip over it. You know, the Lord could do that. The Lord has the power like that, where they're looking all over, they're going house to house, and for some reason, somehow they end up just accidentally, right, quote unquote, accidentally, nothing's an accident, skipping your house. All right, they end up skipping your house. So yeah, man, something like that could happen. All right, and you know the elect, all right, are going to be helped by the Lord, but these people of the world and these demons, all right, they're not going to be helped. All right, and the Edomites and the heathens damn sure aren't going to be helped. So let's get Psalms 91, right? 91. Yep, and we're getting the whole chapter, and then we're going to go ahead and close out. So 16 scriptures to go through. So this shows you about, you know, how the Lord deals with his people. Let me grab a drink real quick. All right, so Psalms 91:1, it says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress." Fortress is like a castle, right? Let me not keep on saying right. I don't want to sound like, who is it, Deacon Sakari? Right. Now, who is that? It's not the deacon. It's not the deacon, is it? Is it Gorilla Hebrew? Is he the one that keeps on saying right? I can't remember who it is. Right. I don't want to sound like him. It's one of those dudes. I don't remember who exactly it was. I think it was Gorilla Hebrew, right? It says, "I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Right? So you're going to have people dying all around you, but it's not going to happen to you. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because you're not going to be a participant in it, but you're going to see their death and destruction. And we're hoping this is us right here. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. We're hoping to be up on those chariots and get to watch like it's a show. All right, get to watch their destruction. These devils and all the, all our bosses and co-workers and all the people that have done us evilly. We want to be able to watch we want tickets to their downfall. All right, I think there's an old not punk, but like old emo song or band, tickets to the downfall, tickets to their downfall or whatever. I'm gonna be curious. I'm not gonna look it up. It's whatever. But it says, but thou, Sakya, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. All right. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, and keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So that's the thing, even in pestilence, so even with, the VID, is, a lot of us got it. I know I did. All right, me and my wife got it, like at least twice, and man, it was bad. But I mean, on the opposites, we didn't have it as bad. It was real bad, but we didn't have as bad as some of the people in the world had it, all right? And that's because we had prayer, all right? We had prayer and the knowledge of herbal healing, all right, through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all right, and praying over these herbal, tinctures and medicines, all right, and that we made, and praying in Hebrew, and these devils out there don't have that. They trust in, going to the death centers, all right, and trying to go and get treatments, and really they just end up putting on something that would end up just killing them, right? And there was a brother that actually had a testimony. He said, don't let them put you on those ventilators, because they will, and I don't want to say what he said, because they'll label it as misinformation, but he basically said if you go back in those rooms where those are, a lot of time you don't end up coming back, okay? And you can take that as you will, all right? Can't say that it's misinformation, because I didn't say why that is. I just said if you go back there, a lot of time you don't come back, right? And he ended up getting delivered from that situation by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, I believe, and he said he got out of there and made it. But he said he felt like I guess he said he felt like he was going to die or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while, but I remember seeing a video about it. And so you don't want to go to those places like that, man. And those death spittals. Right? And I try never go there. I pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that, I myself, my wife and, you brothers and sisters and the elect out there, man, you don't end up having to go to those places. Stay the fuck out of those places. Pray. All right? Sometimes it feels really bad. It'll pass. And, hey, man, the Lord will get you through that at the end of the day if he wants you to get you through it. And if not, man, hey, then I guess not, right? That's, you can't be worried about that, Can't be hung up on that. So, Lord willing, you just continue and he heals you, and and try to stay out there. I mean, if you get chopped in half, yeah, you're probably gonna have to go, right? If you get your arm chopped off, you're probably gonna have to go, right? So, but you don't need to go there for sickness or whatever. You need to take care of that at home, right? Even if you're difficulty breathing, I mean, just pray to the Lord, man. There's herbs you can use for that. You can go on Amazon and probably get a bottle of oxygen, right? For like those people that climb mountains and stuff, and you take a shot of that or two. That'll probably have you right? But of course, prayer is your first defense. All right, that's your first defense. First line of defense is prayer. But you don't need to go to those places, man. Lord willing, I never have to be in any situation like that. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters never have to be in a situation like that ever. Terrible situation to be in. All right, the Lord protects us and keeps us safe. You just got to have faith. All right, you got to have faith. All right, and we know that faith works because we've been delivered out of situations like that before by having faith. Okay? So, it says in verse 13, thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. They're going to be like nothing to you, right? Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. So there you go. The Lord said it right there. Boom, bam. All right. The Lord is going to deliver you out of those situations. All right. We have help. These people in the world don't have help. And if a major event like that does break out again, and it will, whether it's now or later, all right, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, we're going to have help through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and faith that we're going to be delivered from those situations and not perish. Okay? Lord willing. We always say Lord willing. But these devils don't have no help out here, man. These two-third Jakes don't have no help out here, man. You know, Unk, he don't have no help. All right? Big Unk, he don't have no help. Smoking Black and Miles and telling you how to throw dice. He won't have no help, man. All right? Big Loretta, all right? Church choir singer, she ain't going to have no help. Oh, Lord Jesus. Ain't nobody going to help her. All right? Jesus don't exist. He's a cartoon character, no different than SpongeBob, right? And the only difference is that he's slightly different because SpongeBob's just character. This Jesus character has been slightly based, right, on Yahushai. He's been slightly based on Yahushai. Doesn't look anything like him. Apparently, Jesus just lets whatever go forth. But he's been slightly based, all right? He's a blasphemous interpretation of Yahushai, okay? A white supremacist approach at who Yahushai is, really, right? And they're trying to separate the two because really they don't want, like the Bible, they want to have the idea that the Bible, because really they want to be Israelites. They can't, though, okay? They can't. As you know, I heard one of the apostles, Apostle Gabar, mention. I can't remember exactly how he said it. I guess I probably won't quote it because I don't want to mess it all up. But he was basically saying, you know, these devils want to try to do all their things so they can try to get get saved and get their blessing back, or But the thing is, that was never in the deal. There was never in the deal, no matter what they do, if they were to kill Jacob or whatever to get their blessing back. That was never an option, So. But that's how these devils go, man. They think that it was never an option to begin with, And they think that somehow they're going to be able to get delivered, and it's not. The Lord's not going to help these people out. He's not going to help these two-thirds out. If you're not a part of the elect, then you're a defect, and you can go straight to the defect pile, all right, which is the grave, death. And we're hoping to be part of the elect, man, because that's the only thing that we look forward to, man, is being part of the elect and making it out, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? And this place has got to get destroyed. And, like I heard another one of the apostles say, I believe it was Apostle Gabar, just the other day, on his going live on a Tuesday afternoon, talk about, the destruction of Babylon. And it's truth, it's the only thing we know, right? It's the only thing that makes sense to us, I think is the exact word he used. It's the only thing that makes sense to us. All right, because nothing in this world makes sense, but this truth makes sense. And we know through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, through the Holy Spirit, that He's given to us, all right, as a blessing, all right, free of charge, right, that another major event is going to break out. Is it going to be this one? We don't know, but we know that another major event is going to break out. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when is it going to be? We don't know. All we know is very soon. So will this be it? Who knows? Maybe it will be. All right, you don't know. It sounds ever so deadly. So it could be the one. Or who knows? There could be something that just makes your asshole blow off and spin around the room. All right, there could be some crazy shit out there. You don't even know, man. Just your eyes bleed and pop out their sockets, and then you just, asphyxiate right then and there. You don't know. As soon as you contract it, you just, turn blue and just drop down to the ground, and just your fucking asshole blows out and your eyes pop out of your skull and you're just there. Asshole sploditis. All right, it could be, and I'm being, humorous with it, but there could be some literal shit like that. You just all of a sudden have, Ebola kind of did that, bleeding from the eyes and anus, all right, and the ears, all of your orifices bleeding. It's a terrible fucking way to go, man. It's an awful way to go. Basically, you would shit yourself to death almost. There's a lot of, and being humorous, but yeah, you could have something like that where your asshole literally falls out. You could have, anal prolapse, a disease where your asshole just falls out and your intestines unravel, and you just vomit up your guts or what. There's some terrible shit, man. The Lord, could have all. These pestilence are made for the wicked. All right, they could have terrible, terrible things befall them, and we don't want no part of it. And whenever that major event does break out, hey man, Lord willing, we're part elect and we're protected. But these devils, no protection for these Edomites and no protections for the 2/3. So with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. The Lord's going to take care of us. Lord willing, we're part of the elect. And Lord willing, we are. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.